people don't buy from robots.
Mhm.
People buy from
Right.
people. And so how can I put myself in the forefront of the business without making it the Henry show? That's the
Yeah, how do you
struggle. So
humanize a brand? Like, yeah.
exactly.
Just to
Yeah.
tease up a little story about what we're talking about in terms of making yourself appear bigger than you are, being very popular. I think it was in The 4 Hour Work Week, which I read when I was in high school. And there was a chapter about how to do exactly that. Make email aliases, use the internet to make it seem like more people work at your company than do, as a way of like appealing to customers who wouldn't trust someone just randomly posting something from their laptop in their basement. And I did this with my early website agency, and I got in a big fight with my father around whether or not this was completely dishonest and morally corrupt and whether I'm becoming a horrible person. And I laugh about it now. It was an intense time, but it did make me think a lot about that idea. And in some ways, I'm so grateful because it's inspired the kind of like story of a chapter in the book where I'm discussing the kind of these lies of legitimacy and whether or not you need them at all. And I think based on the fact that this is no longer popular, like you're talking about, like the popular thing is to seem authentic and human. And like we're tired of these faceless corporate robot entities selling us stuff, that it's an asset to be a small operation online. It's refreshing to people. And in terms of how you do that, which I know a lot of founders are struggling with, I think a lot of it comes down to I'm a writer, so I always think everything comes down to copy. But I do. I think when you have a well written landing page that sounds like a human person talking to you instead of a lot of buzzwords and jargon about all these things that your product will do for somebody else, it comes across more human because it seems conversational. Then the other thing that I think you're getting at about like how do I do this is you're a one person show. Do you slap yourself on the website and be like, this is made by Henry as a way of like strictly, explicitly humanizing the brand as this product might be a product, but it's a product made by a person. And I think it's a hard line to ride, but I do think you're in the right direction.
Yeah, I think my current approach is try to make things as professional as
Hmm.
possible. So we're not trying to be scrappy and put together something in Notion or something and throwing that
Yep.
up for everybody to take a look at. So try to give it the best storefront possible while doing my best to build in public.
Hmm.
So attaching my face to it, at least professionally. And then, more importantly, for the customers or the users in my case, be
Mm,
accessible, right? So my company email, henry@repbot.io, is publicly
right.
accessible.
That's
You
the
can book a
contact.
call
Yeah.
with me on the website. That is the line that I'm surfing on right now. I think that it is decent. What I'm afraid of is my mentor said people don't buy from robots, except I'm building something called RepBot, and it's a little bit tricky. I think self-serve software is so popular, right? When I buy something from Amazon, I do not care about anyone that works at Amazon. I don't care about anybody's credibility. I just want something that works and that's fast and reliable and cheap and all these other
Yeah.
things. I really have to prove the hypothesis in my business case that marketers will interact with a bot in order to start the purchase process or start the sponsorship
Yep.
process with a creator. That feels like a big hurdle if I know that people don't buy from robots. Do you think people sometimes buy from robots, or do I need to really personalize this rep bot thing, or it's doomed to
I
fail?
think that people do buy from robots. I think that we take we put a lot of stock as entrepreneurs in our name and our logo and like all these things that we think are the identity representing us. And in so many ways they are. But in so many ways, those brands get created by the interactions that you personally, as the founder, have with your customers and the way that you relate to them and the way that you work with them. And the brand will become representative to somebody of those types of relationships, which starts, like as I'm beating the dead horse here, with the copy on your homepage and goes all the way down to the about section where it's, yeah, exactly. You're not sending a contact form to a random person. Like, this is my actual email. Like, I want to talk to you. I think that's going to go a long way. And time will tell